Love is super intense, and if you have ever been in love, you know exactly what I am talking about. One day, love can make you feel on top of the world, and then the next day you can feel insanely jealous or sad, and everything in between. And a lot of times, love ends in brutal disappointments and literal heartbreak. By the way, did you know heartbreak is actually a real thing? We'll talk more about that later in this video. Here are 14 real psychological facts about love to give you some insight into what love does to your brain and your body. Number 1. Love is like cocaine to your brain. I know this sounds crazy, but it is true. And if you've ever been in love, you probably won't have a hard time believing it. Ever wonder why being in love makes you feel like you literally cannot even live without your significant other? And anytime you're apart, you are craving their presence like a drug? That is because your brain reacts to being in love the same way it reacts to cocaine. Love makes your brain produce hormones that get you high. These hormones light up 12 different parts of your brain all at once and create a very strong sense of euphoria. And on top of that, you end up craving this feeling more and more, just like a drug. Number 2, butterflies in your stomach? That's actually adrenaline. The feeling of butterflies in your stomach when you fall in love are actually a real thing, and it happens because your body is being flooded with adrenaline, the same thing that causes the fight or flight response when you encounter danger. Number 3, love synchronizes your heartbeat with your partner. If you are in a really serious relationship, your heartbeat will begin to sync up with your partner. When this happens, it creates an even deeper connection. Number 4, heartbreak is a real thing. Heartbreak is not just a metaphor. According to love and psychology experts, being betrayed or losing your partner actually causes true physical pain to different parts of your heart. This condition even has a name. It's called the broken heart syndrome. The reason for this is that you have extremely deep emotional stress after losing a loved one, and this makes your brain produce certain chemicals that will actually weaken your heart. Symptoms of broken heart syndrome include chest pains and even shortness of breath, and some people even think that they're having a heart attack. Research shows that generally this affects women more, but it also does affect men. Number 5, being in love is like having OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. When you are in love, your brain is similar in chemistry to people who suffer from obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. Especially in the early stages, people in love have lower levels of serotonin in their brain, which is a chemical that makes you feel happy, and they have higher levels of cortisol, which is a chemical associated with stress. This is a lot like the brains of people who suffer from OCD, and this may help explain why we act so strangely when we fall in love with someone. Number 6, romantic love will end. If you have ever been in a relationship, you know that the very beginning is a lot different than a couple years into the relationship. Romantic love only lasts for about a year, and this is what gives you that exciting, euphoric, butterfly in the stomach kind of feeling. But this only lasts for about a year. But the good news is that when romantic love ends, it is replaced by another stage of love called the committed stage of love. Number 7, you are attracted to people who are similar to your parents. Now, according to psychologists, men grow up to marry their mothers and women grow up to marry their fathers. Now, this is not literal, of course, but generally you end up being attracted to people who have similar traits to your parents. Not only that, but you are more likely to be attracted to someone who has character traits that are similar to a parent that you have unresolved issues with. Psychologists say this is because you are unconsciously looking for a way to resolve those unresolved issues that you have with that parent. Number 8, want to stay together? Slow and steady wins the race. Studies show that relationships that take things slow and steady have a higher chance of staying together in the long run. On the other hand, relationships that move too quickly are destined to fail. This is because people commit to someone without knowing much about them at all. Psychologists say if you want a long-term relationship, take it slow and steady. Really take some time to truly get to know each other. Don't move in together right away. Give yourselves time to figure each other out. Don't make serious life-altering choices until you know someone is the right fit for you. According to experts, this will keep you from divorcing years down the line and avoiding a messy situation that you might regret for the rest of your life. Number 9. Holding your lover's hand can relieve stress and pain. Feeling stressed out? Got a headache? Studies have shown that couples with very strong bonds can actually help relieve stress and pain by holding each other's hands. This is even stronger and more effective in long-term relationships that have very deep connections. Number 10. Love hormones can literally make you go crazy. Now, not all of the love hormones that your body produces always make you feel good. One of the love hormones is called oxytocin, and this is what causes things like jealousy. When your body has increased oxytocin levels, you are more likely to do really crazy, off-the-wall, toxic, and even dangerous things. Number 11. Lots of animals practice monogamy. Humans are not the only ones who stay committed to one partner. There are lots of animals that do practice monogamy, and some even stay with one partner for their entire lives. Some monogamous animals include swans, barn owls, bald eagles, macaroni penguins, and even wolves. All of these animals usually have only one mate for their entire lives. Number 12. Cuddling kills pain. Got a headache, but hand-holding just isn't killing the pain? Psychology of love experts say that cuddling can also be used as a natural painkiller. That's because cuddling makes your body produce oxytocin. But wait a minute, didn't I just say earlier that oxytocin is bad and it makes you crazy and jealous? Yes, I sure did. That's because, oddly enough, oxytocin can make you both feel good and make you fly into a jealous rage, depending on what's going on. When you're just chilling and cuddling up with your loved one, oxytocin acts like a feel-good hormone, and it can make you feel even more connected with your partner and act as a natural painkiller. So, how much pain can cuddling relieve? Studies show that oxytocin can relieve pain from mild aches and pains, and even some migraines. So, before you reach for that pill, try a little snuggle session. Number 13. Just looking at a picture of your partner can relieve pain. Now, the New York Times have reported on an experiment where participants were exposed to pain and then given word games to distract them from the pain, and then they were shown either pictures of acquaintances or their romantic partners in addition to the word games. What did they find? The people experienced less pain when they were shown pictures of their loved ones. So, photos are more than just sentimental value. They can physically reduce your pain when you look at them. And number 14, it only takes you 4 minutes to decide whether or not you like somebody. They say that you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and psychologists agree that you make up your mind whether or not you like somebody in the first 4 minutes of meeting them. But it doesn't have anything to do with what that person says. Psychology experts say that we are judged mainly on our body language, how fast we are moving, and the tone of voice that we use. So make sure to have good body language, don't move too fast, and have a friendly tone of voice if you want to make a good first impression. After all, apparently that's the only impression that even matters in the long run. Subscribe for more great psychology videos, then click here to watch more psychological facts about love, and I will see you in the next video.